split. It's the only one left. So, yeah, pretty much as standard as we get. This is where things will get interesting. I know James is excited for this one, so I don't know. Are we going to get any different agents? No, we didn't get Omen. I'm sad. Not yet, at least. So they've changed nothing.
Interesting. Okay, so we might be baiting us a little bit with that one.
Well, we don't know yet, right? Because this is when it comes to split. So this I'm fine with when it comes to split. When it comes to bind, right, that's where they need to shine. If they've got a plan for split and they believe they can execute this, fine. But when it comes to bind, you're challenging FPX on their best map. And oh, Mitch, this one, mate, this one. This is actually throwing me now because of what Sliggy was saying and how they want to play this out. So starting on Ascent as the first map. Now, we know both teams can play it comfortably, but Liquid don't often play it, right? That's the main thing. Now, this pick that they've gone for and the choices, there's no curveball thrown in there with it. So it's got to be bind if there is going to be anything coming out there. But even, are you sold by what they've gone for here on Liquid? Do you think this is enough for Ascent? I'm still just fully focused in on it. Like, do they really have what it takes when it comes to Ascent? Because attacking side, you're starting with how strong the defensive side is for FPX.
Look, we saw a lot of potential from Liquid when they played up against NIP. I really like the Breach on this map. I think he did a lot for them when it came through to like pushing the A site. They used it over to flash on the right side, blinding everyone in heaven and towards left. Allowed the Phoenix to just push through a lot of the time. And there's potential from this setup. I'm still not a massive fan of it, but we'll see how things roll. When it comes to bind, I'm interested to see what their agent picks are. The pistol's live, and look at Zyppan. He's just gone straight down short, got himself into this sneaky little position up close, and now his opponents might be in trouble because I don't think they're going to check this kind of close corner. It's not the most common one, especially with Shadow baiting them in towards bottom mid.
Yeah, Shadow's going to take the full fire focus, right? If Kryptix does want to get aggressive. Got 3 players of Liquid ready to move towards B. Oh, Shao needs to be careful. Link's been dangerous with this shorty. A few shots coming out instantly. Link up to his old tricks again. With that shorty in hand on the jet. He's loving life right now. And that instantly puts FPX on the back foot in the pistol. Now, we know things can quickly turn around. And actually, we've seen a fair bit of damage done up top there to Eccles. He may have the spike, but he's lost a lot of health. No chance for him to get healed up either.
I thought they had the read, Banks. I thought they knew what was going on because we saw the turret down. That opening kill's great, and they caused the rotates from FPX towards the A side, but Liquid have now rotated back over. Zyppan spotted them. Here comes the full team over towards this A side. Well, Cypher staying actually on B, just chilling out just in case, but it's quite clearly going to be a push towards the site. You see the molly go into play to keep them locked in towards heaven, and a 5v4 post plant. Liquid definitely ahead on this one.
Yeah, really solid stuff so far on the pistol round for him. Zyppan, he was mollied out. He couldn't push in yet. He's waiting for his teammates to come through as well. You can see soulcas is just waiting with the flash in hand. Throws it up high, wants to buy himself some more time. Zyppan continues to get blinded out. Now he's going to be stunned off the spot as well. The rest of FPX starting to make their way in, but soulcas, he's picking up the opening kill. Plenty more to go their way as Link still doing damage with that shorty. Angel's only going to be good for 1, and Liquid stands super strong on that pistol round. I am just loving Link with this shorty. He plays it in such a good position over and over again, right? He's not getting over aggressive. He can be very patient with it. We talked about how smart he can play this game, and well, he's proven it over and over again.
Yeah, tucked in on that corner is a good setup anyways whenever your opponents push forward. But the turret guarantees that you'll know that they're coming. So once they sit down and focus on the turret, he just swings around. That's a great setup. And then they just pump the brakes on the round. Obviously, you saw them move towards A when there was a 3-man stack there, but they just delayed. They shift walked long enough that FPX had already rotated back over. Then you see the composition of the flashbangs used to delay an upper, the stun from Breach, extra flashes going up. There was nothing that FPX could do. They were locked out for so long that when they eventually pushed back into the B site for the retake, it's a very lackluster one. You got to just go quickly. Nice shock dart. A little bit of something to tickle the screen.
Tickled to a scream that can easily heal himself back up. Another shock dart went over the top as well. And for Shao, right, we spoke about his Sova usage. I'm a fan of it when it comes to Ascent. But when it came to Split, not exactly what I like seeing from him. I need to see a bit more comfortable, I think. Many times we see this. Shadow looks to try and push up close, but Liquid, they're not overcommitting, and the spray through the smoke. Kryptix will pick up a kill, and that might make Liquid think to connect here and say, all right, yeah, maybe we will go towards B. That was an easy one for us to pick up. We didn't even expect it ourselves.
for FPX. They're actually going to be given an opportunity. They're going to be pushed into by Liquid. 2 players in position to hold down this site. Kryptix, oh, well, he's just domed Angel, so never mind that one. I thought maybe the Pistols could get away with some sort of harassment, but evidently not there. Being locked down, Meddo, good for 1, but it's only, what, a stinger that was dropped? I don't think anyone's going to be crying about that.
Yeah, not the end of the world for Liquid at all. Question is, will Liquid decide to force up and grab themselves some stronger weapons, or will they just hold on to it and try and play the smart game, the economy game when it comes to it? No chance for Shao in a spot like that as well. Even when you try to back away from that, you're easily spammed up with the powerful weapons coming out. Good start for Liquid though. They got the 2-0 with very little trouble on both rounds. The pistol was oh so convincing from start to finish.
This is the one that I guess for FPX matters. You got to be in a position where you're not allowing them to sort of walk away with this one. Quite literally, no hurrying about it. Because at the moment, they've just got weaker weapons, right? A couple of upgrades, but for the most part, it's going to be SMGs. The ult use the wall again to get them into the left side. Link just straight over there. He's up close now, looking for the fight. Meddo able to grab himself 1 at least. Locking them down. No, that was a great tripwire. Easily able to see Eccles, but he's in a molly. He's dead. There's no way out. Tried to take one with him, but couldn't get it done. Luckily, his teammates are there to back him up. That was a round that they needed, definitely. 3 players left alive, I think that's pretty acceptable.
Oh, yeah, more than acceptable. And the thing is there is, like, Meddo just stuck it because he knew what was going on around the rest of it. He just had to stay in the flames for that point. He was hoping maybe he could have picked up that 3rd kill. But I think the big thing was soulcas quickly went into that ult on his Phoenix, right? He wanted that to be the big pushing factor for Liquid to find some success in the site. But how defensive FPX played, it meant that he didn't even have a chance. He was, like, getting in as far as he could, but no one had even started to poke him too much.
Yeah, they let him just run on in, take all the ground you want in a round like that. Especially just challenging that ult is always dangerous, and that's why when it's in the hands of soulcas, he can do the damage. Already opened this one up.
Oh, they got it. Shadow can hear what's going on. Now it's an operator in Eccles' hands. And Link's got one as well, so it's a double operator setup on the attacking side. And FPX, they try to make a play. They try to move forward and say, okay, we'll try and even up these numbers. But getting aggressive on Catwalk, well, Zyppan's caught slipping. And Meddo now, he doesn't want to push on this either. Liquid have full control, and the numbers are massively in their favor.
They are miles ahead at this point, answering right back in the buy round as we wanted to see. For FPX, they're going to look for some way back into this. It's 2 players pushing towards short and garden over on A, but they've halted that push as well. You know, you're relying on massive individual performances at the moment. That flash catches the player in the corner, and Shadow goes down right away. This is the round over and done with. If I'm at FPX, I think they just make... Oh, I was going to say make the call to save, but Shao's just being dropped towards the spawn. Obviously, you're going to save still, but that is a big weapon removed from what should have been an already clear-cut round.
Now the position's going to be known as well for Meddo, so he's got to change things up a little bit here. Yeah, they're not going to allow him to save. Already a fair amount of noise was made, but I don't think Meddo would have heard it at that distance. Scream on the hunt. Meddo's got to bide as much time as possible here. And this is so horrible, right? It's 1v5. You just want the round to end as quickly as possible. Meddo's just tucked away saying, please, leave me alone. I don't want to have to deal with this. And even if he just gets 1 kill here, it's like the refrag will come out. He can hear what's going on around him. Oh, straight on into Scream. Eccles is the next one for him to try and deal with. But it's not going to work out. So no weapons saved over. A dominant round from Liquid from start to finish. And they've got 2 operators to play with if they wanted. As we saw, right, Eccles then went back to the Vandal. But they were still able to use it greatly because he even managed to pick up Shao off the back of it. So they can just mix it up on the fly, play it however they want. And for now, Liquid are showing a strong start to the attacking side. And really, across this tournament, we've seen such a defensive side be the way forward for most of these teams when it comes to Ascent.
I think they downgraded as well over towards, like they don't have the double operator setup, and that's a really smart move coming into this round because obviously you're going to be facing off against pistols, and operators are just going to make it much more difficult if you do get rushed down. So a really wise move coming in from the Team Liquid side. They don't mind, you know, sacrificing a little bit of extra credits that they had invested. They got the round win, so it's already paid off. And with 3-1, it is certainly starting to build up in their favor. The early rounds obviously found success. All that they've lost so far was their SMG fast A push, which is, again, perfectly acceptable to lose. It's the kind of round that FPX had to win. And now as we come into this one, there isn't very much hope for the defending side. You're looking at the sheriffs pretty much across the board.
Over and over again, though, when we've seen some of these upgraded pistols come into play. That's where FPX can find some success, and Zyppan's going to start off with it. He's got the ult out as well. Fine Scream, and he's taken 0 damage. The boombot goes out. He blasts back to safety. He's looking for more, and he still delivers the headshot. The grenade's going up, but it might not get far enough. Link is on 5 HP, and Zyppan. This is what you want to see from him, the young star. He may not be confident at times when the going gets tough, but right now he's saying the tough gets going, and he wants to deliver it to Liquid. He wants to put a halt to their dominance so far. They're jumping up with it. Kryptix is going to be blind for now. Shadow's dealt with on the site, which will give Liquid the chance to hold on to this, putting it back into the 3v3. But look who's hot on their heels. Angel's there, fires off one, but now he's giving away his position. This is slightly problematic. Link easily deals with him despite the low health. They may know where Link is. Some shots going to be landed, and Zyppan's not done yet. He's good for 3, but he certainly needs some backup from the rest of his teammates here. They're being pushed back by the Killjoy ult. It's going to stop them getting in the site. It's going to bide a lot of time for the Liquid players. They can now push on it, but still they're heavily outgunned here. Kryptix is the one that's very low as the push starts to come in. Nicely done by Zyppan. He was on for the 5k, but now it's all on Meddo. Surely they can try and make this work. Soulcas holds on strong, but that got oh so close. Zyppan is thinking, what more can I do?
Well, get an ace, I guess, is about the only thing he could have. That was ridiculous by Zyppan. And a round that obviously we pinned is, well, Liquid, look, they did everything right. You're saying they got away, they got rid of that operator. They came down to their 4 rifles. That was obviously a massive positive. Then you come into the fact that they're just versus sheriffs. Should have been about as clean as can be. And yet FPX really fight back into that one. Now, we've talked already about Zyppan and how consistent he's been. That Angel, the previous time these guys played, was the one delivering a lot of damage. But we need to see more from the rest of the team. As you saw just there, you know, you can't, even Zyppan finding 4 kills can't be enough if he's the only one fragging.
He's putting in the work.
Found them.
Just can't rely on it. It's kind of like what Angel did yesterday against G2, right? He was the only one really able to step up, but it was stepping up for 3 rounds, and that's all they managed to achieve. Liquid, though, playing a lot slower than what we would have expected with the composition, where we're talking about the fast explosiveness of what they can do here. Oh, again being popped. soulcas picking up the frag, trying to make it work. Flashes on through. He's just continuing to barrel on forward. He's going to get as much utility put down as possible and then just play off the back of it. This has allowed his teammates to get in. This has given the extra information. And Angel now needs to find a way to find some success. He hears the spike going down, but he can't find a kill to pick up just yet. He's hoping someone might jump up high. He's going to put the cover out, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to be forced back, and Scream, cheeky as you like, jumps up high, deals the damage. Scream may be getting spammed up, but it doesn't matter too much. There's still a huge amount of ground for them to cover, but Meddo wants to come into it. soulcas is battling back as much as possible, but they've got to deal with him. It's the back lines of Catwalk that continues to be a problem. How many times do we see players go to check that spot? But the time you don't is the time you end up in a bad spot. Liquid now looking really strong. They just will not allow FPX to get anything going.
They're really taking the fight to them as well. You can see it. It's a consistent battle that's going their way. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Liquid right now. They're using this comp exactly as it needs to be. Get up, get in their faces. I don't think that we've seen soulcas hold on to his ult for more than 10 seconds.
Oh,
it's
no.
pop. He's entering. He's head first into the sights. And you notice there, right? He uses his wall to block off into garden. He mollies the back. He knows like he could have pushed into them. Most players that play Phoenix would have just went over towards garden and looked for that kill on short. But instead, he set his teammates up to push into the site. That was a really, really smart play and something that we don't often see when it comes through to Phoenix picks. Yeah, you have to. You have to love it.
It's like setting your team up right without going for any of the picks, and you're still alive. So you've gone up and set everything up without any risk at all.
And he pulled back, right? Because after his ult had faded, he was on Catwalk.
Yeah.
So he was able to just keep backstabbing them. As they're focused in towards the site and they deal with Scream, all of a sudden, oh, there's a dude shooting us in the back as well. And that's an automatic crossfire.
And this is the thing. I've seen so many Phoenixes go in there, and they won't even use any abilities. They're like, oh, it's all about trying to get these extra kills, Well, you might not find anything. They might hear you pop the ult and stay super defensive. So being able to get a setup like that just allowed Liquid so much control.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the name of the game when you're playing this kind of comp as well. You need to be getting control. Right now, we're seeing a very passive round from Liquid. 30 seconds left as they look to push in. This could be problematic for them. They've got no control, really, as they look to just walk out of B main, but then they're spotted out. They've been pushed back by a Paranoia. Angel's giving up that control in middle and allowing them through, but Angel's being domed. That's a lot of their support actually taken out. As Eccles falls, it doesn't matter. The players are overwhelming the site, and it's easy pickings across the board. This should be the spike plant. Easy as you like. And a 4 versus 2 retake. FPX probably, again, just look to save the weapons they've retrieved, or the weapon.
They still want to try and push on this. Zyppan hungry for it, but he's going to get nothing done. Link's able to deal with him with no problem at all, and Meddo will grab the weapon and back away. This is a very different Liquid to what we've seen from before. Well, this is an FPX that are struggling to get started here. Even with how close that got in the time, and how much time was delayed even when Liquid first wanted to make a move in this round. And Meddo, well, he hangs on. He wants to try and do some additional damage to some of these Liquid players, but it's only going to be damage done towards him. He goes down, no weapon saved over. FPX in a rough spot.
They were just so cautious on the exit, so Link played in towards market. He cleared it out by himself. If he died there, if the player was tucked in market, he couldn't exit towards the spawn because the players were on their way on the rotate around there. And we'd seen, I think it was Eccles. No, he would have died in the earlier round. I'm not sure, but someone went in towards the attacker spawn as well, so there would have been no way out. And then when they actually went into peak Meddo, 4 players. There were only 4 left alive, and all 4 of them peaked that position at once. Maybe a little bit of a delay from middle, but the 2 guys coming in from spawn and Link's time on the swing were perfectly timed, perfectly synced up, so that there was no way he got more than 1 in that position. That's why Liquid are regarded as such a high-up team. They don't make little mistakes like that and go, oh, let's hunt them down. Let's just run around and see where we get kills. Eccles, though, he has been shut down to start this one off. An aggressive peek into B main has netted the opening duel for FPX.
And that takes quite a lot away from Liquid, right? Losing the breach early on, but Zyppan, soulcas, he said, okay, I've seen you do this before, mate. I'm not going to fall for it again. And the more kills that keep going soulcas's way, the more problems I see for FPX. We've already seen 2 ults come out for him. Plenty of ults up actually on the FPX side, but it's maybe what they need to do to try and gain a bit of chance here as Meddo deals away with soulcas. Finally, Angel's holding the angle and Link won't win that duel. This is looking so much better for them, 4 versus 2. But still, Kryptix and Scream, not in a terrible spot. It's easy for Scream to back away from middle for now and try and join up, but it's the timing that they'll be pressured with. Oh, Angel missing the flick, very low on health and instantly gets tagged up through the box. This is what they need to push on, but they need to go now.
There we go. They really do. Meddo's just holding the corner. Shadows got a little bit of a crossfire with him, and so it was easy pickings. And just like that, they've managed to grab themselves another round, putting a little bit of pressure on Liquid at least, making sure that it's not quite as free as they would hope, but it's on the back of a lot of operator picks. I love this from soulcas as well. That molly that went through on Cat allows him to swing wide and clear the corner without any possibility of a trade. If he doesn't throw the molly down, he swings, he probably gets the kill still, but then he's immediately taken down by a wide swing of Meddo. So really smart usage of the Phoenix abilities again.
And also, when we look at this, right, that was a double op setup with FPX had to rely on for finding this success. And, well, Angel's not going to find it this time. Link just jumps out straight into it. Zyppan's putting in work, but the ult's been popped from Link. He's pushed on forward, and Meddo needs to be oh so careful. The knives come swinging. The ult's being used by Shao as well. So much committed in this, but Link is on the hunt. Knives are out. He's found 1 kill already. And will he be expected up here? He's going for an aggressive play. And they're very close together. This is problematic, but Shao, just in the nick of time. He may not take any damage, but that could have got very scary for him. 2 rounds on the bounce now for FPX. And, well, they're trying to make this as close as possible. But realistically, they cannot afford to give Liquid any more rounds here. Right, on attacking side, we're normally saying 5-6 rounds is just perfect.
Yeah, I think they're in a position right now where they've got as much as they really want to give them over on the FPX side.
Yeah.
No more space, no more quarter. And those last 2 rounds are really inspiring. You know, they didn't commit a lot towards that previous one. It was the Hunter's Fury by Shao, and other than that, just straight up aim duels that pull it all the way back. That's exactly what you want. Double stuns going out the fault lines by each team. Evidently, it's a little bit of pressure towards B from Liquid. But FPX haven't decided to go for any sort of a rotate just yet. They're not being pressured into this kind of play. They'll use up their little bit of utility. And when they've got so many ults, I really don't blame them. Look at the position that they've got their breach in at the moment. FPX can put an amazing ultimate straight through to knock every single player up if they actually do decide to push here. It's why Shao is playing such a passive angle towards the back of the site, just in case when he spots a player, boom, immediately you've got Rolling Thunder coming through.
There we go. Look at it again. soulcas with the ult down as well as the Killjoy ult at the same time, which means they want to ensure that there can be no backup here for Shao. His position's going to be known. He's going to struggle to escape from that in time. Yeah, he gets detained, but Shadow on the edge. He pushes forward just as it disappears. He's looking to tag up as many people as possible. Link's not quite in the fight just yet. He's holding on towards the back. He's looking at the entrance. Shao's position is so good, and he deals away with Link. The spike's been planted, but it's a 5v3 retake. And the ult's going to go out, but no one's in Boathouse close enough for Zyppan to put him down. Oh, the ult's going to be pushed out from Eccles this time. Shadow's going to reply with something of his own. The push comes in, but FPX, they are dominant with it now. A lot committed from both sides, but it's another round for the FPX.
Yo, those were hot calls coming in by Shao as well. I mean, he was communicating to his team. You could see for a second that they wanted. Shadow had his Rolling Thunder up, and he was like, all right, they're pushing. I got you, bro. But he said, no, listen, that was a Phoenix ult. Nothing else is coming. Calm it down. We don't need to burn up those ults just yet. And so they made the call then and there that they were going to wait to use that Rolling Thunder for the retake, and that's what won them the round. Now, let me just spin a little tale for you. The reason that they didn't do it was because, okay, Shao would have calmed. I don't need it right now. Hold on to it for a second. And then the smoke faded because it was just a jet smoke. So then, all of a sudden, Shadow's like, well, I've got an operator, and they're going to push this angle, so guess I'll hold it. And he gets a kill on the cross, then he's there for the retake. If they had a smoke agent, they had a brimstone or something, he would have popped it earlier. Zyppan's dominating them to start this round off. And although you get an op pick, oh, that nade, it's nasty. soulcas actually, it bounced away from him, luckily.
Lucky. Very lucky. It's a bit of a problem to throw the grenade that deep as well. It can be so tricky. But already FPX, they happily back away. Yes, you lost one player in it, but you've got the man advantage. But Shao, over-aggressing. That's weird. The rest of the A players, they back in. And Shao's more trying to get aggressive. But Shadow's there holding the angle, holding the line. Got to be careful. This pick coming out from Link. He wanted to push on it, and now he's going to try and march on forward. He's going to deal away with the trap wire, but he's so heavily tagged up. Meddo. He hangs on to it. And now for Kryptix, 27 health and a dream, and that dream is to try and get as much done in this round as possible. You may be able to find the players split up here, but it's two players that are incredibly skilled in Zyppan and Meddo. Zyppan just ready and waiting for it. Easy clap for him. And FPX looking to make this 6-6. They've woken up in these last few rounds, and, well, it was about time.
This is a strong performance, a strong bounce back, really, from FPX. I'm loving that. They look like a little bit of a different team in the last couple of rounds, honestly.
Yeah.
The control they're exhibiting ever since those ults have come online, it's more down to, as well, the management of that ult economy has been on point, start to finish. They're not throwing them all around. Even when the pressure is on, they're not sat there going, oh, quick ult, we need to do something. The comms are clean, everybody's calm, and you can see it in how things are going down, just in the decision making. Because as I said in that previous round, you know, I thought Shadow's going to pop that Rolling Thunder as soon as they see some presence, but they were not just being teased into it. They were holding it, biding their time.
soulcas again, locking off Garden. Flashing his way in. The Omen ult's going to be popped. An Angel going to get over to back his teammates up. He deals away with soulcas. Zyppan's still good for one, but that's all he's going to get out of it. And Link, he is putting in God's work now, making it possible for Liquid. He's even got his ult up. This could be a huge difference maker in it, as it's only Angel and Shao that remain. He pops the ult. He's ready to deal with it if needed. The spike's going to be planted. And look at the crossfire that Liquid can get set up here. This is really nice for them. And a 7-5 scoreline going into the second half would be huge. Link's position is going to be revealed. The paranoia, that could be the problem for him. Angel's out in the open fighting, but Kryptix is able to seal the deal. And this is looking so good for Liquid right now. They isolated one player. They've got to find Shao. He's good for it. Oh, the right click misses. Shao, can he clutch it out? This would be huge, but Link steps up once again. 3 kills in that round, and without him, that would have never been happening.
Massive work done by Link. They were looking down and out of that round, but they're definitely not down and out of the half. 7-5 at the halftime as Liquid take the lead, set up well for the next half, but can FPX answer back, Banks? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait, because we'll be back with half 2 after this short break.
Scoreline against FPX, and they are looking like a completely different team, but they need to keep that momentum. They need to keep going with it, and winning that final round, that was so important.
It absolutely was. That gives them that little bit of a spark that maybe can ignite the fuse on a map win for Liquid versus FPX, something that evaded them the previous time that they played against this team. FPX dominated them almost start to finish, but now we come in with a whole lot of difference. Liquid are looking much better than they did previously. This setup evidently feeling more comfortable. Now on the defense, it should be even easier to work with.
I love that from Scream as well. You saw it, right? Recon dart went up. He just backed into the smoke and said, yeah, come on, Shao. You think it's safe? Well, not for long.
He always re-emerges to deliver death. And unlike the postal system at the moment, he delivers on time.
Having a bad time with that as well, Mitch? Yeah.
Oh, yes. We all are.
Everyone in the world can feel that pain.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh!
Look, Kryptix, he was dead either way. He had to focus on the bot, the players, everything. At least he got a kill for his troubles.
Yeah, better than just taking down the bot, right? For sure. Shadow's going to deal away with the turret, but actually going to take some damage either way. Liquid still got the advantage in this. They need to be cautious, though. Angel's been able to get very far, and if he doesn't make too much noise, he might be able to check it out. He's still got to deal with Link, and you don't want to get up close and personal. He's got that shorty, and he's at it again. Oh, he picks up the ghost, but he took some damage. It's Shadow and Meddo landing the shots, but they've still got to deal away with Scream. He's completely blind. He will eventually go down, and the pistol this time around goes to FPX. That means they have a good old chance of making it 7-7 now, unless we see something spectacular out of Liquid.
Yeah, this has to be a big round with Classics. I doubt you'll see that really answer up. I have to say, it started out so well for Liquid. They come in with even that trade by Kryptix. Yeah. I don't know how he managed to get a kill in that position. 3 players swung at him. So I think all in all, you can be pretty happy with that early round. But then it just spirals out afterwards. And what a performance it's been by Link. Coming in and playing the Jet, and we've seen him mix up agents a little bit. He is definitely delivering. Because I remember yesterday, coming into map 2, we were like, oh, you know what? I think it was yourself and Tom, like, oh, I'd love to see Jet come out for Link. And he did it. He listened, and I'm sure glad he did.
It's adjusting in a big way here for Liquid. It's working out for him so far, at least in this map, but still a long road to go. You are dealing with FPX, and you know what these guys can do. Zyppan's been popping off as well. He's been having some really good goes at it. Eccles, oh, nicely done. Good timing on the flash, but he has to be oh so careful. Flashed himself out a bit as well. Got to get those times right. He deals the first one. He's got some backup from his teammates, but Shao has no problem at all at holding on to that. Scream's just going to have to back away. And although soulcas may have a Marshal in play, he doesn't want to stick around there on his own for too long. He needs to soften him up and have someone on his team tap him down with a pistol in hand. As FPX, they want to commit to this A site. The push is going to be coming in real soon, and Meddo's the one with the Vandal. Marshal's going to be picked up by Scream. He's hungry. He's on the hunt, looking for an opening, looking for a chance. It doesn't look like FPX is going to try and give it to him. Ooh! Tries to make it work. Drone's going to go up. It's going to confirm that he's still hanging around there. We'll only see one player for his troubles.
A really close shot by Scream. They know now there's 2 players towards upper. You've heard the Spectre. You've heard the Marshal. That's the info to play with. For FPX, locking this one down. Time's on their side. All they need to do is avoid these fights. Good stun coming through. And they're actually pursuing it afterwards. Shao even gets away with the kill. Drops back down. That's easy pickings. And Liquid should just be saving, but Screen goes forward. He was looking for a fight. Unfortunately, not one that goes his way. And with the amount of investments that they made into this round, i.e. pretty much everything, that's a disappointing loss for Liquid. I thought they'd come in with just Classics, but evidently they wanted to really punch back and make a statement. But unfortunately, that statement that we have to make is that FPX should be now 8-7 up.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times now from Liquid after losing the pistol. They will, especially on the defensive side, try and do the force up because they're relying on the fact that some of the players may just stick with pistols and not upgrade to have more money, get that operator in play early as possible, things like that. But this is where it becomes a problem, right? Because now you're pretty much almost, not guaranteed, but it's like very likely, right? You're looking at a 70-30 that we'll see a 3-0 start here for FPX, which can help them take the lead of it. Because look at the buy. Yeah, okay, Scream with the Guardian in place, but the Bulldog, still a classic for the moment on Eccles. It's not great. And a good old Bucky coming into play. And that reminds me of the Southeast Asian region that we covered, Mitch. A lot of Bucky plays over the Judge.
Yeah, absolutely. They were loving the Bucky all day long. Now, we've seen much more Judge in this tournament. You know, when we came back to EU, it's definitely been more prevalent, especially in the hands of Shao. Bucky can do some damage every now and then. Hell, when you got a beautiful skin like that, why not go for it? I love the Oni collection.
Oh no. Link wasn't able to jump into his smoke quick enough. Will dash his way out of there though. Avoids any further damage being done. Soulcas wants to get up close and personal and try and make some magic happen. He's slowly edging his way forward, but Angel just hanging on to the edge. He's ready and waiting for it. He expects it, and it's no problem at all for him. Liquid now very split up with no control of the B site. Kryptix keeping himself hidden, but then he gets revealed. Oh, it's so unfortunate. The timing doesn't work out for him. Oh, Shao. You hear the footsteps. He's expecting that flank. Still hangs on. Oh, my God. Link swinging on him. He was very low on health, but Link still putting in work. The Bulldog. This is huge. Eventually, he goes down, but I'm surprised he even got away with that second kill.
Yeah, I think he's actually pulled that into a decent round for them out of absolutely nowhere. The first was reasonable. The player was so damn low, but the second, when there were 3 players close, all right, hey, you'll take it. Got away with murder, quite literally. And from there, okay, Liquid are not ahead, that's for sure, but with the investment from the previous round, they can at least grab a good buy here. They can even bring in the operator, as you're seeing in the hands of Link. It's already made an appearance. Now, the reality is, obviously, they're facing against a stacked economy in the FPX side, so they're not going to be able to force out an eco anytime soon. And so, I think the favor for this map has swung over towards that FPX side, but it can be quite hard to play the attack. I like how slow they're playing, though. They're waiting for Liquid to make a move. They're making presence. Last round, it was Catwalk. This time, it's over towards A, that they're throwing through the nade and really making some noise. Same on middle, but they've got the rest of the map locked down, whether it's with Cypher utility or, as they have been doing, leaving a lurker around the other parts of the map. This time, though, it is actually more of a pointed approach, as they send 3 Catwalk and 2 outside of A long. Very, they're not waiting for any flanks to come through or anything like that from Liquid. But luckily, I mean, no one on Liquid's moving.
Eccles is doing his best to hold on to this position. Link picking up Shao's going to be a big scalp to take. Eccles, this is really nice. Good setup. It was looking rough because Eccles had to spend so many of his abilities just to hold on to the position, and FPX were walking straight past it. But now it's a 2 versus 5. And for Zyppan and Meddo, they've got a hell of a lot of work to do, and it's going to take some massive play to come out. No ult in play for Zyppan either. He's going to have some magic to work with. Does have the blast packs, though. Meddo looking to hold A main, and he's hoping someone's just going to poke up through the rafters. But they're putting a lot of focus here on the rafters. The door's been blown up for now. It's all going to come down to this timing. The flashes go out, and this retake could be really nice. Meddo's all alone, and that's all he's going to get. 1 kill onto Scream, and the rest of Liquid swing on out, evening it up 8-8 once the guns were in their hands. And a very solid round. They allowed FPX to have so much control, right? Bypassing Garden, being able to maneuver quite closely to the A site, but it was Link on that operator just shutting them down as they started to walk in.
Yeah, I think all in all, that round's not quite as repeatable as you would hope for.
True.
They played, so they see the presence on A long, on Catwalk, on middle, and they don't push. I think possibly just realizing in the previous round where they'd had the bookies and such, when soulcas pushed forward and saw a player lurking outside of A, yeah, or outside of B, even though there were players pushing up A, and they thought, okay, at this point, they are holding. They're trying to make us push. And so they're easing back on the proactive approach in favor of the retakes. That has worked out perfectly for them in the previous round because you've got someone just dominating those duels. That's not something that's going to happen every time, though. And so you're going to have to look for something a little bit more repeatable. Angel has just tanked that. He just stood at the edge of the aftershock.
Oh, the swing, but it doesn't work out. soulcas didn't expect that many bodies to be towards him. Eccles now playing with him. right on the edge of it. Wants to try and spam through, needs to be oh so careful. Still walks away with the kill onto Zyppan. That's absolutely huge. The Killjoy was doing some damage with it as well. He's got the backup, and Kryptix and Scream, they're up high, they're out in the open, but everyone from Liquid's here. The spam comes through, and that's an absolutely huge pickup, but is it going to help it be enough? Link popping the ult, but he can't see anything from here. Oh, the Hunter's Fury. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit strong. Nice work from Shao. And Meddo's there to back him up. They deal away with Link in the 1v1. It got very close. But a bit of an error from Liquid having that many players all attacking from the same side. It made it a little bit easy for FPX to get away with that.
I don't believe what's just happened there. I needed. I don't think we're going to have a replay of it, but I'm going to have to watch the stream just to watch back on it. Because I think Shao put up a recon dart with one bounce on it. The idea being that it would hit off, so he was on site. If you just picture this, Shao is down on the site. He's looking at upper. He looks at the right side where the box is, and he tried to bounce it off that box so it would just go to the left and reveal everybody. But it hit the bar and went up in the air. It went all the way up vertically and came down like 10 seconds later and actually revealed them so he could ult on them. That was just complete luck, but it worked out. soulcas,
look at this aggression.
He shut it down. He's messing them up. That's a great start.
Zyppan pops his ult, but it doesn't really work out. No one's there. The A site has been completely forgotten about from Liquid. They took the aggression at B. They worked out, got the opening pick, but now they've got to get the retake on go. And Angel actually could be a real nuisance here, depending on the timing. If anyone actually decides to come his way, soulcas is expecting it. soulcas is looking for it, but he cannot react in time. Angel's there ready and waiting. And Liquid's retake is going to have to be phenomenal. Angel's going in with the ult, and well, he cancels it in the end. He won't push forward on it, but he tries to get the extra information to play off of. Zyppan's just keeping himself down below the rafters. The rest of Liquid start to push on up, but Angel's still delivering with great aim. This is where he's so dangerous. He's so poised and ready with that Vandal in hand. Kryptix taps the spike, trying to bait him out, but he's very low on health now, and this could be far too much to ask. The time's already ticking away. A 10th round for FPX, and Liquid on their defensive side, they are massively struggling right now.
They definitely are. Struggling to get into these rounds consistently. And at this point, you know, you got to give massive props to FPX. They've been doing a great amount of work in towards that site, just consistently bashing into it. The A site seems to just be theirs and theirs alone. And with Link delivering on such a high standard, I'm surprised that they are struggling to this extent. I'm waiting now because that replay is coming up on the stream, Banks. I want to see, did that dart just bounce vertically upwards? Because I'm pretty sure it did, because I saw it from one of their perspectives. What is going on here, though? A double opening across different sides of the map, just shutting down middle completely.
Was there a Marshall in play at the beginning of this round as well? I think I heard a shot. Two,
yeah.
So they went for the double challenge of it. That didn't pay off at all. Eccles has been tagged up pretty heavily as well. He's managed to grab a Marshall, but trying to find some success of it, unless he lands the heady, it's going to be very difficult. So much control had for FPX as well. It's not a problem at all. Link pokes on out. Scream's able to find Zyppan, but they need a hell of a lot more than that in this round. Scream, ghost in hand, and, well, headshot machine right now heals himself back up, but it's not going to be a problem. He's grabbed himself the Vandal as well, but FPX, they're going to head towards the A site once again. They found so much success here. Liquid need to go for it. They need to give it a good chance because it's been looking strong. But now with very little information to play off of, how will they try and get this done?
Okay, we got the stun straight away. It's going to block out the guys underneath. They haven't dropped down on the back of it, though. They were trying to deal with Shao. Now those players aren't stunned anymore down below. And at this point, again, I think saving is probably just the right call. They haven't got a lot of credits coming into the next round, but they're going to go straight in for it. They want to get this one done. It ain't the easiest, that's for sure. And the drop down by Scream. Oh, he's got it on the first. Invisible to the left side, but his teammate's fallen. Good for another. Scream is an animal, but he just hasn't got the time to get this done. Straight out with the kill, but it's not in time. He might have gotten an ace, but unfortunately the round evades him, as does life. And that is disappointing because he just put his all into that one. Also, Banks, I watched it back. It didn't. It did. So one of them did bounce up. But then afterwards, he actually popped out really quickly and fired a recon, so it looked like it had fallen down. I'm really disappointed about that one.
he thought it was time. He thought it was going to be possible. So this is the one you were talking about, right?
Yeah, so he actually popped out and reconned it himself, which is why he was a little bit late popping the Hunter's Fury.
It's strong!
But that was beautiful because he had the info that there were 3 players there, so he could just swing on through and grab all that damage.
Well, FPX 11-8, 1 round away from map point. Remember, this was Liquid's pick as well. Last time around, they chose to split to see if they could take FPX on it, with Haven being removed from them because FPX is the higher seed in this. Becomes a problem for him in the veto. And Bind is next, and that is FPX's pick, but that's where I'm hoping Sliggy's little mastermind play of what he said might be a change in here will come into fruition, because otherwise there's a hell of a lot of problems here for Liquid.
Yeah.
Or he's just been baiting me the whole way, and then Sliggy, me and your friendship's ended there, mate.
I mean, it all comes down for me to the lack of smokes. When you look at them going in for retakes, they suck, and the reason they do is because they just can't block off these angles for more than 5 seconds. They're coming in like, okay, you blocked off A-Long. Oh, A-Long's open again. Now that guy's shooting at you. And you look at Shao in that previous round where Scream aced it. If they could have smoked him off consistently, they could have dealt with the guys underneath while they're stunned, but they didn't have the time to because they had to fight him. That's a massive problem.
Oh, wow, it's going to be a 5-man retake, and Meddo's in a great spot here. If he just keeps it quiet and just keeps it all hidden. Doesn't have to poke out into it, waiting on the air. Danger starts off, that's the kill you need. Oh, but a bit of a whiff there on the first few shots. Meddo still gets away with 1 kill, but soulcas and Link, they're chiming in with some of their own. Certainly possible, especially with that ult being popped on the Phoenix, but will soulcas find any success? He's flashing on through, he's going to try and use the abilities the best way he can. He's walking away with some damage. Positions are going to be known here. They've got to be careful up close and personal. Oh, Link goes up high, but Shadow's looking to lock it down. soulcas pushes round, and off the back of the Phoenix ult, so much information, even a kill with it as well, and Liquid will grab the round. My oh my, you think soulcas might have not even been alive had Meddo been able to deal with him.
Yep, that's it. It all comes down to 1 or 2 bullets not going the way they were intended. And what a pullback that was by Liquid getting in there. It looked like it was going to completely fall apart, but the reload couldn't be found in time. Shadow, I wouldn't be mad about that one. I mean, he delivered way more than he should have in that position. Sometimes you have to win the round all by yourself, though. That's the sad thing. And for this one, you know, okay, Liquid get it on the board, but is it repeatable? Can they do it again and again? Because even then, you're looking at a team that has got 7 flashes, and they almost got 1v3'd. You don't want that.
Still close, though, and this gives Liquid a great opportunity to try and come back in it. Scream eats the grenade to his face. Down on 70 health already. All that armor ripped clean away. And Zyppan, when he was the Sheriff Master, ends up with him getting a 4K on that round when they were on the defensive side. Echo going to be pushed on back, doesn't want to fight into this, but Link is able to at least achieve 1 kill for now. Still more players going up in their grills, and soulcas is going to deal with it no problem at all. 11-10, and a very convincing round there. Not much done in it, but FPX didn't have much to work with either, so it's not too much of a problem. This is the all-important one.
Absolutely, this is the one that matters. Angel having his hand on his heart, slowing it down a little bit. Gotta stay calm, stay focused.
So close yet so far, right?
Hey, but look, Banks, there's a lot of positives to take away from this one. I mean, look, yeah, Angel's not dominating in those opening duels. Hell, he's down to Brimstone, so you don't expect him to. But when it comes down to Zyppan, Shao, Meddo, these guys are firing off. They're popping, and that's what we need from FPX. We need to not have that, you know, 2 players, the 2 players that we look at as the best, some of the best in the world, having the worst games in history for them.
Oh, and Zyppan has his ult now for this round as well. Oh, he's going to pop it. Doesn't know where to put it just yet. Isn't able to make it connect. Both players were in the below of rafters, and he doesn't check it. Scream there, ready and waiting. Still looking to do some more damage, even if he's just got a Spectre in hand. And he's not going to allow Eccles to show just yet. Full focus from FPX down below. The players can come from up high as well. Oh, he goes down at the hands of Meddo, but will they check it? They come to swing on it. He goes out with a spike as well. Meddo, a little bit of a blunder there, but FPX is still in with it. They need to get that spike down, but they need to deal with the rest of the players from Liquid, who are currently all over the site. soulcas able to heal his way up. The flashes go out, and it's constant flashes, but it's just not working out. FPX, they're holding on. But Kryptix, he's got other ideas. He needs to find that second kill. The spike's finally on the floor. But Angel, It's that aim again. He's always good for it. He's always able to hold strong when they need it the most. And Scream, he's thinking, come on, what more does it take?
He is definitely not happy about that one. I mean, look, soulcas, this flash screwed him. It stayed inside the smoke. It didn't blind them at all. He was just an inch away from actually.
So it's little bits of learning, right, that they still need to do and getting comfortable on these agents.
Yep. They're like, he needed to take a step further forward, look slightly more to the right as he threw it. There's a couple of things he could have done, but it's just one of those things. You know, Scream sat there like, I told you, man. I told you. Don't trust the flashes. But
he's not a fan.
No, he's really not. But this is the thing, right? 12-10, Liquid have struggled again and again. And in that round, again, I'll highlight the fact that they don't have smokes. So they smoked off a long. 2 players were blocked out. Angel was on the site by himself. Easy fight that you can take there. They had a 3v1. They couldn't go out in it because you've only got a second and those smokes are gone.
No. Again, the flashes managing to blind some of them. Luckily, soulcas able to do some damage with the flames on the floor. Angel becomes a little bit more of a crispy omen this time around. And soulcas is not done yet. Repositions and deals with Shao. Liquid holding on to this and not allowing FPX to even get close towards the B site.
Angel sadly not bringing any luck to his team. You could say he was a bad omen. Certainly him going down at the start of the round was. And now in the 5 versus 3 for Team Liquid, you're in a position where you just need to lock it down. Just hold your positions. Don't need to get overly aggressive. You can see that on the A site, they've got a little bit of a weakness. Only one player, but he's tucked in the corner with an operator. And that's where Link excels. And just the slow train over towards that A site from FPX. So they've still got 1 flash left to play with if they did want to enter into A, although I think it's quite unlikely that it would even land towards Link. And with the time remaining, they've decided that it's time to just save these weapons.
It makes sense, right? You go into the next round, you want to finish it off. You don't want to be playing for the potential of overtime in there. So Liquid, yeah, cool. You can have this 11th, and then FPX going to try and bounce back into it. How's the money looking for the rest of them, though? That's going to be the interesting part. Can they get the full buy going up? Is anyone close to a potential ult? I know Zyppan just popped his on the round previous to this one.
We didn't see any aces coming through or anything, so yeah, that won't be back up for Zyppan, sadly. You know, being brought to an overtime when you're the team that could have closed it out always sucks as well. It's always going to hit you hard. And you look at they're not too bad.
Okay.
No operators.
So Shao's one's going to be perfect for them, right? It's exactly what you want. If they get 1 kill, Meddo can use the Cypher ult as well. It's a good spot for the last round, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely not terrible. I think they've got the ult advantage. They've got Lockdown to play against as well as Rolling Thunder, which can be some pretty impactful ultis for Team Liquid to play around. It's looking like it's going to be a hard B push, and previously they got shut down on this one by the Molotov alongside Nanoswarm. But this time the players have gone completely off the site, TP towards the back. Angel's in position, he sees it's completely clear. And on the back of that, they're going to push on out. They've got smokes. They should still have 1 smoke up if they wanted to smoke off market, but it looks like they're just going to avoid it.
So again, it's going to be the 5-man retake, and Liquid won it last time on the B site. This Killjoy ult could be huge from Kryptix, though.
This can push that. So it depends where they put it. But if they put it in front of the actual boat on the switch, they might be able to push them completely into the back of the site, and then even then not give them a safe haven. This has to be a kill. They really want to take down Killjoy at this point.
Nicely done by Meddo, and he's not finishing just yet. He's putting an end to 2 Liquid players. The ult's going to be put down, but there we go. It's going to work out from both sides. Shao knows he needs to deliver some huge damage. It's all on Link. It's not going to work out. And FPX, they managed to make it work. 13-11. It certainly wasn't easy, but they take the map pick of Team Liquid. They'll be moving on to find where they feel most comfortable, and that's where Liquid need to show us something they have not shown so far in this tournament. They need to find the way out, because Mitch, like you were saying, it seems like the smokes, or the lack of smokes there for Liquid, is still a huge problem.
Yeah, it would take more than one hand to count the number of retakes that they lost that would have been much more favorable had they have had a smoke, or the lack of smokes gave FPX that opening to come back in and take fights they shouldn't have been able to. This is disappointing for Liquid. The setup that they're going for yet again falling. Although it looks better than last time, that's still no success.
Well, it's time for us to kick it to a break, and when we come back, we'll be seeing what Tom and Mitch and Freya think of all that we've just seen, because Liquid claims close, but it just wasn't close enough. I trusted you, brother. Are you going to let me down right now?
Well, we're going to find out as our agent picks are going to be coming up. Tom, do you want to walk us through this one?
Well, I don't think we're going to see any change from the side of FPX when it comes to their choices on this map. It's their best map. They've been comfortable. No reason to. So, yeah, exactly the same as last time. This is where things I kind of want to be different, because Scream was playing Phoenix last time. I have to say I hated that. Link was also playing Sova, which I like the change. I do wonder if they're just standardizing their comp, though, and it looks like they are. So I think everything's going to be just the same as the previous map. So all they've really done is change to the one comp that worked, which was against NIP. I don't think it's as bad as the one that they played last time. Like Scream on Phoenix has said, I hated. We've also now got a change from soulcas, which I do like him playing the Phoenix, but at the same time, I think his raise is a fairly big loss. And I'm still intrigued how things are actually going to work on this map with, well, I don't want to say no smokes, because technically they do have smokes, but very, very limited smokes.
Push it to a third, or will FPX take it into? James and Mitch, take it away.
Well, there's a lot resting on Liquid's shoulders, improving us what they can get done here, Mitch. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty scared for them. I like to be in my British boys camp with the addition of Scream, but okay, I can argue that on the attacking side, it can work in some way. I can see the madness unfold. On this defensive side, it's a big ask, but Liquid, they've certainly got the individual skill to get it done, but it needs to be even better than what we saw from them on Ascent, where that composition, you can argue a lot more positive reasons for them.
Yeah, I would only see it as viable on Split. For me, I think Ascent, it's still reckless. And funny, because that's actually a word. When you guys were interviewing Link, I remember listening to it, and at one point, I don't know if you noticed, he kind of had a Freudian slip. He went, yeah, tomorrow we're still going to play a reckless, and he said something else. I was like, now the first one works for me.
Oh, this isn't the start they wanted either. Zyppan's gone in, and he's gone to kill. 2 frags to start off with. 22 health left on him, but it doesn't really matter. Link, with that short, he wants to get someone pushing up close to him in lamps, but it's not going to work out thus far because, look, the positions are held by FPX. They don't need to make too much of a movement. Kryptix trying to get a wall bang on go, but it's not going to pay off for him. No one is hiding behind there. soulcas looking to burn some enemies to death, but no one's close. It's all the wrong decisions so far here. That's a nice tag up. It's going to at least make Shao move a bit here. There's not enough to net them a kill. Link finally comes through, and he's got rid of the shorty. He's moved on into the ghost. The flashes come out. soulcas goes on the hunt. And ooh, Zyppan does eventually fall, but considering how low his health was, time was not on his side. Link's going to try and bait him on it. He hasn't got enough time, surely.
Oh, he might have this locked down. No, it was close, but in the end, the second is what cost them that round. That is going to be 1-0 going over to FPX, and they're going to be pretty happy with that one to start it off. You know, when I look at the defensive side comp that they've got as well, I feel like it can almost work better here than the attack. Because on the attacking side, you can push B, but you can't really push A. It's like, it's so open that you're basically counting off half the map the majority of the time. When it comes to the defense, at least when you get the likes of an operator out, that can really bridge the gap on the A site. But if they start smoking you out, what are you going to do with it? It does feel quite like retakes are going to be so hard for Liquid, is the point. Next to impossible. You lose the site, you might as well just consider the round lost.
The thing is, right, maybe this style can work against other regions by meeting aggression with aggression, but just with how, especially how FPX played, I think it was Tom that said it, right? This is almost like Liquid's play at the moment can be a direct counter to G2, but if you're not getting to face up against G2, you've got to have a contingency plan to go up against a team like FPX, who play a very smoke-heavy style, a very defensive style, and a very slow style at times. They really do mix it up. They keep you guessing.
A very smart style as well. You see that early round, Angel mollies out in bathroom just so he can go and take that ult orb. 300 credits for an ult orb. I'll take that. That is a worthwhile trade every single time. And, you know, especially when it comes to this map in particular, you're pushing the A site, you can clear out lamps completely. Hold on. They're shifting in towards the B site in the back of the aggression that's come through from Liquid. Eccles has got all that info up behind, and so this is free. 4 players on the B site.
Is it going to be enough, though? pistols in their hands. Oh, the grenades going out, doing a nice bit of damage. Angel's just pistol whipping Scream, but Kryptix up close and personal, but needs to get a hell of a lot more done than this. The blast pack to there as well. The numbers are currently in favor of Liquid, but Shadow's going to turn that around. The shock dart, well, comes out a little bit too late there from Shao, but soulcas using his ult to try and make it work. He wants to pick up this round desperately, but these players are very low. They've been softened up, and this might be what Liquid needs, as Shao has managed to escape for now, but it's just one tap and he'll be taken down. But Shadow's not finishing just yet. It's a 1v1. It's a pistol and full health for soulcas. He's got the flames to throw out, but he doesn't guess the location. Oh, this could be so unlucky for him. Shao swings, but he swings into his death, and soulcas clutches it out off the back of using his ult. Liquid get the round, and the gamble pays off. Eccles got all that information for him.
Great push by Eccles. Great early info taken. With 4 players stacked up on the site, that made up for the lack of weaponry that they had. Kryptix as well, being able to shorty to death Angel up close, that really brought them over into a little bit of favor. Look, he just ran up behind, dropped the spike, grabbed the ghost, and from there could deal a little bit more damage towards those ranged fights. That was great work. Shao as well in the end. Also, besides lighting up his teammate like that, he also only had 4 bullets in his mag and didn't reload for quite a while so that he could support his teammate in the fight if it came through. But ultimately, I think that cost him because he might have ran out of ammo just before he died.
The finer details. Now this puts FPX into a less than ideal position. The almost guaranteed 2 rounds not going their way, and considering the investment was very, very low from Liquid, right? It was all pistols, the AK, the shorty, and some of the upgrades that can come in, but no heavy weaponry alongside it. Now Angel trying to be the point man, trying to get the entry in. They put the smokes in. Nade going out as well. soulcas going to avoid it. Just makes it push back a little bit here. Nicely done from Kryptix though. Straight in with 1 kill. soulcas right on the edge. Oh, and he sees the gun, stick it out. Throws a flash, wants to do some more damage, and he's not done yet. He's picking them apart. He's tearing them down. And FPX, despite trying to make it work, trying to find a way in, Liquid's individuals show up in form.
Just shut him down, but it looks like, oh no. I was gonna say, looks like soulcas was out for more, but he's not. He's shut down. That's a shame. But great round by soulcas again, showing why he's such a competent Phoenix. It's good to see that obviously his inside of Brimstone smoke, he knows exactly the distance he needs to throw those at. It was just the Omen smoke in the previous map that caught him off guard a little bit.
Yeah. It's a bit of the learning phase, right? And that's the thing. You can change over agents. You can go through as much practice time as you like with it, but there's many different scenarios that come up, and it's all on the decision-making, that final second that you have to make the choice in. It can be problematic at times. And well, we were worried about soulcas being off the Raze, and I've always quoted him as one of the Raze players that seems to be able to use his abilities as some of the best, right? He's always able to just get them well placed. You just don't often see him waste too many of them compared to other Razes. What a fantastic. The Hellfire rock going up. That's brilliant. It's going to actually put Link away for now. But no one can capitalize on it. Drone's going to go out. Link will deal with it, no problem. Shao can't poke on it in time, but soulcas again, round after round, he's making the magic happen here. The spike's on the floor. Ooh, just saw the head of Zyppan, but wasn't able to get the kill. The nade's going to go up. They know exactly where Eccles has put himself in. The ult's been played out as well, and Eccles, he needs to be careful, but he can't get out of that position. Scream's there to try and back him up. Liquid have still got in a 3v3, and Scream's in a nice spot to give him defense. Coming out of hooker, the spike is down, the full defense is in play, and Link's just trying to chime away with the operator. It's working out. He was good for 2 at least. And Shadow now, he's got to deal with both players from exactly the same spot. He might not be expecting this.
Well, a couple notes on that round. So Eccles straight away, Aftershock was gorgeous. He got one onto middle that did some serious damage towards his opponent. I really like that. It either forced them out of position into facing him, or backwards, in which case they get hit by the Aftershock. What was that Hellfire, though? I understood it because, as you said, it pushed Link out of position, right? It made him swing wide, or it would make him go back to sight. Now, if the player goes back to sight, they're able to pick him off. Maybe they wanted to make him panic dash towards the side itself, but why was no one there to capitalize on his wide swing on long? Like, that seems like just a complete waste of a very valuable ultimate.
That's the thing. I really thought it was like Shao was just going to go in for it, but when you realize how far behind he was, it's like, oh, well, this is easy for Link to just move away. And look at the impact Link had on that round afterwards as well.
Taking him down could have been a huge boost for FPX. Could have been the thing that takes him across the line maybe, but it looked like he was invulnerable in that one. Everything working out for him. FPX, they're down 3-1. They've only got pistols. Not a round we expect much from them, but we have seen a lot of damage done in rounds just like this, especially with the comp that they've got. This is a fast, blitzy comp, the ability to put down all these smokes, get your flashes out, and they're up against an operator on the A site, so this could work out really well. The problem is, look at the amount of Killjoy util that's there. Double nano swarms. So even if they push these guys back, they're still going to have to wait out that utility, at which point Team Liquid will have full rotated.
It will buy them enough time. Smoke's being deployed. A big miss coming out there from Link as Scream. He's trying to back away. Still manages to get away with it. And this is the beauty of his reign now over and over again. Liquid just dominating FPX as they only have pistols in this one. And Link is on an absolute tear. Shao's getting tagged up from every direction. A 4-1 start here for Liquid despite them losing the pistol round. That's the key point here, Mitch. This isn't like it went 2 rounds for Liquid on the pistol, then FPX managed to get one back with some guns in their hands. No. The potential 2-0 was ripped away from FPX.
Yeah, this is definitely a rough one, really. You know, when you're coming into a round like that and you're getting nothing done, despite getting up close, it definitely hurts. But what hurts more is the fact that they've obviously just had that early success robbed out of their hands. As you're saying, the fact that the context of how we get here, which is what we often talk about, is what matters. And yes, if Liquid win that pistol and they go up 2-3-0, it's like, yeah, whatever. But this is a really, really solid showing from them, much better than what we've seen in the past. Again, the same kind of strategy comes through where they really want to take control over that orb. Whoa. And oh, even Blind Angel gets away with murder, but Eccles is there for the trade.
Yeah, he cleans it up and he takes the advantage away from FPX. And he's not done just yet. Pokes out, spots one player towards the site. He's going to call in for the backup from his teammates. And although he may concede the site itself, Liquid will be in a good position to take this, especially in the numbers side of things. Zyppan, he's like, great. Can't get that planted. I do have my ult up either way. And maybe the ult is what they're going to need from him, but he goes down before it's even a possibility. Only Shao remains. Tries to have a tap away at Link. He expects Eccles' position. And a good read just in the nick of time, but it's still 3 more players for him to find. Going to try and drone out of this one. The flashes are going up. Stops it from coming into play. Comes in with a spam, but soulcas straight in there. It's no problem at all for Liquid. I'm guessing Shao may have thought if that drone had found him a bit more success, he could have tried to use the ult, but it's just far too many players that would have been able to push him. And this is when these rounds, they're chaining together for Liquid, and realistically, FPX are actually struggling in a way that we haven't seen. Like, they're not bouncing back. They started off pretty rough on Ascent. But for Bind, you expect so much more from them. They need to keep their heads in the game.
Yeah, this is their map. Absolutely. We want to see FPX come in and show us something, and so far it's been nothing. Even in terms of, so like in situations like this where the rounds are going against them, you'll find the majority of the time we can say, oh, well, at least the ults, right? At least. But look at that. It's a sea of yellow towards Team Liquid. They are dominating in that department as well. And so we kind of sit here and say, well, what can they do? You know, FPX are getting absolutely wrecked. This ult by soulcas, much more two-dimensional than what we've seen in the past. Nobody was there to trade it. It was just an info ult, and he sees there's one player passive outside mid. Gives them nothing to really play with. That is not going to get them anything. Very surprising with the way they do.
Oh, nicely done here from Shao as well. 2 tag-ups coming in.
You know, they obviously realized straight away, okay, so they've just gone for the Rolling Thunder. What are they going to do? They're going to push into Bath. They're like, hey, Shao, we got some players in Bath. You want to take them out? Really good damage done.
Smoke's deployed. Zyppan's popped his ult. He wants to move on forward. Oh, he doesn't quite make the jump, but he still fires it off. Eccles goes down, but Scream on the edge of the smoke. They're trying to spam him up. They've got a good idea. He might be there. Oh, that shock dart nearly finished him off. 17 health, and Scream's trying to back away. He needs to pick up a kill and try and get some heals on go. He's got the backup of his teammates now, but is it going to be enough in a 5v3? Solid after plant positions for the FPX side. Link can't see anything. He's completely smoked out of position. And this is the beauty of what FPX have to offer in rounds like this, where they can actually get in and they can actually take some control. So much committed from Liquid on this round as well.
From FPX as well, though, they used up 3 ultimates. The Hunter's Fury, the Orbital Strike, and the Showstopper. That is a lot to commit. Ooh, Scream could be in trouble. Shadows just come through. Here's the fight going in as soulcas shuts them down. And at least that guarantees Scream's weapon saved over, although Link ain't so lucky. He was a little bit too close to that spike. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Timing certainly didn't work out for him. Yeah, I guess, but at least we're right. You're talking about the ult usage there for FPX. They get away with it. They do have to spend a lot even to grab the round, fair enough. But it's the way they replied to the ult usage that was being done by Liquid there that cost them so dearly.
Yeah.
That's what I really like to see out of it.
Hunter's Fury was a great trade back with the damage they did. Then obviously you've got the Orbital Strike. That got 1 kill. Then as well, obviously the Showstopper got another. So that's 2 kills that you can't... I won't say free kills, but 2 kills that you cannot get in the next round in the same way. And so that is a little bit concerning because that is what forced Liquid into this position where they're kind of thinking about saving. And they saved with 3 players. You know, there wasn't a single aim duel that went their way in that round itself. And so that is a little bit of a problem for me then when it comes to saying, oh, well, they won that, therefore the next round looks good for them. No, I'm still favoring Liquid to walk away with this one, especially considering the amount of ultimates that they've still got in the tank. And okay, some of them aren't going to be the most impactful, like Link. He's already got a rifle. It's an operator, despite what it says above his head. And so his ultimate, probably not going to come into use in this round. But his operator certainly is.
Good timing there. They fully understand how Meddo and Angel continue to try and play towards bathrooms and get that extra ult orb. And Liquid are saying, no, you're not going to be able to get it for free every single time. We are going to continue to try challenge you here. We're not just going to give up control of it early on. And straight away they're on the back foot. Down a man, and FPX now need to find a new master plan. Oh, that's less than ideal for soulcas. Beautiful timing and good teamwork, though. Zyppan throws the grenade out, and it forces him to have to move.
This has been huge work done already by FPX as they look to push out on this site. Nano Swarm still to be dealt with, but doesn't seem to be a problem. Zyppan's already just jumped over it with the blast pack, and even though he gets hit up and is now vulnerable, that has very little impact as well. Shao needs to get out of there, but he can't. He can't escape Scream, who's coming around that corner.
Oh my god.
So smart, but Zyppan was too close, punishes him on the way back, and that info comes at a very big price.
That was a huge play from Scream, but like you said, Zyppan was well aware of what he might be trying to do. No escape in this one. And Link, oh, he doesn't check it. Less than ideal for him. Didn't see it from his angle, but that could have been one of those check your corner, lazy peek moments that we do hate to see, Mitch. But this will just be Eccles deciding that maybe I can ninja if they really want to run away and escape. But yeah, he hears the footsteps, looking to do some damage, but they're ready for it. They expect it to come out there.
Gotta be checking your corners. Yeah, I wonder if it was. We haven't seen too many banks. I've been happy with this tournament. You know, these teams that do lazy peeking. What we've had, maybe 2 so far. That's big improvement. Exactly. Yeah, over time. It was when it was Angel and Shao doing it as well that I was scratching my head and I was like, come on, Angel, of all the people. They don't make that mistake every day. That's the important thing. Do it once or twice.
Maybe we'll talk to Blast and they'll be the ones that produce the check your corners t-shirt. We'll get them in on the action. They got some dope clothing you can check out on their store. You can even win it in the giveaway as well. What's going on right now?
You can. Free clothes, free skins.
Easy win! Ooh, Shao, he nearly got it! Tons of damage done to soulcas, but he can heal himself up. It's not the end of the world. This is a less than ideal round for FPX. They're trying to now push into A. The smokes have gone down as always. The question is it going to be enough? Eccles playing off the side. Easily deals away with Angel. No problems at all. Oh, this is uncomfortable. This looks so lost.
Yeah, definitely for FPX. They were pushing into that side. Every single fight that you just saw taken was a 1 versus X. And I don't mind the initial one with Shao swinging. In fact, I really feel like that kill was his. He was robbed in that one. But this is just like, obviously we can't see them live. It doesn't get extracted for us. But the opening duels for Link at the moment seem to be very high. He's getting away with murder and very rarely punished for it. Has he been punished for it so far? I don't think he's lost an opening duel, has he?
No, I'm with you as far as that. I've just seen him opening it up and locking it down. It's only when he's have to rotate over that he struggled.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in terms of pushing into him, it's definitely never an easy task. And for FPX, nothing seems to be easy. And they are behind by quite a bit, going down to the same old molly and bathrooms in order to get that ult charge. Had cover there as well, because obviously you could have like a raise blast pack through. I know they don't have a raise, but there's many things that could come in. The jet dash around and just catch you while you're on that ult orb. Ooh. Oh, playing with fire here. You're going to mess with Link?
Angel's got the razor sharp aim, but Link's got the one shot, one kill. You hear it again. soulcas looking for that extra information, flashes his way through. Wants to find some success, but there are no FPX players close by. Smokes are going to go down. Link's going to be pushed away from the position, but he's still being aggressive with it. I respect it. Why not if you're doing so well? But he's going to hear the footsteps. He's going to have the information he needs. Scream's also ready for it. He's looking up towards Hooker. His location's going to be revealed. Zyppan jumps out, but somehow he doesn't go down. What on earth is that? He then burns thanks to soulcas. But that was insane. The killjoy is massively helping him out now, though. It's keeping FPX out of the sight for the moment. Another flash comes through. And FPX, they need to make a decision now. They need to push in and understand where they want to go. Straight in for the default plant spot for Shao. But is it even going to be enough? It's a 5v4 and the retake's on for Liquid, and we know how good they can be when these retakes come into play. Eccles, great spot to fire from. Scream's going to try and push on it. Headshot delivered on the first, but it's Liquid that come out on top. Shadow's trying to turn it around, but he needs to land a few more crucial shots. They nearly line up for him. He goes in for the kill again. He takes out Eccles, and now it's all on Link. He's popped the ult. He knows what's going on. He hunted him down. He dashed on forward. His spot is 100% known, but he's got to find Shao. They're keeping it hidden. They're keeping it tucked away. And Link is now dazed, stunned and confused. Puts the smoke down. Wants to try and bait him out. He's going to try and sit on that defuse for a second. Wants him to push him. Deals with the first kill. He's looking for more, but it's just typing away too fast. And Link, he's going to die.
It is an upsetting one for him to lose the weapon in the end as well.
Yeah.
But Shadow, he is wrecking face. The first, it's great. The second, good shot. But this swing, whoa, that's gorgeous. I love it. And he even gets away. Like, they dashed right into him.
The shaking on the table for Shadow.
Oh, man. That might be when he had to dash away, because Link could just dash forwards. He's like, oh, no, run.
Oh, God.
I've had my fair share of jump scares playing this game. Like a jet dashes into your crosshair while you're opping. It's like, oh no, hello.
Imagine if Shadow got that collateral though. He was hitting shots. He was ready for it, and it was looking so bad for FPX. Liquid are so good when they have the numbers advantage on those retakes. Usually,
they're usually on point and on fire. You know, so far from what we've seen, Bind has only been played once. It's been leaning towards the attacking side quite a bit. It's a little bit disappointing then that FPX, that was obviously the FPX game as well. And it's disappointing that they've come in here and that they're struggling so much to really get these attack rounds on the board, but there's still time for them to make this doable, to make it work. If they can tie it up 6-6, at least it's not the end of the world.
a lot of information off that drone. The Hellfire's coming in, but it doesn't matter because Kryptix gets slapped by Zyppan. soulcas wanted to give himself a bit of room, a bit of cover, but he's getting tagged, and he doesn't get fragged, though. Razor sharp, quick reactions as well. Oh, Scream, it's just far too much being thrown towards you. FPX, they are just pushing on forward. It's an absolute onslaught of Liquid, and they're going to fade away. They don't want anything to do with this right now.
Yeah, they're running.
Like FPX need a bit of like a starter, right? They get Liquid comfortable. They're like, Liquid, oh, they're getting some rounds. It's feeling real good. Yeah. And then FPX go, oh yeah, it's the best time we wake up now, you know?
Exactly. You got to build them up and break them down. It's the
mental games, right?
Exactly.
Angel's like, it's not just in the server. I'm playing the mental game. I'm going to give them false hope, and then I'm going to come around and slap them around.
FPX just singing the Buttercup song a little bit. I don't know the name of that song. You know what I'm talking about, Banks?
I'm lost.
What?
I was like, is this an Irish thing?
You don't know that one?
No.
Buttercup, baby, just to let me down.
Please sing it. Go on, mate. Go on.
Worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. I love you still.
Oh, dude, there we go.
Chat, continue it on. Come on. I need you. It's a great song. Do you not know
You're gonna
that
have to
song?
link it to me afterwards.
What?
You're gonna have to
Oh
link it to me
man,
afterwards.
come on. Okay, yeah, I'll get that to you after this game. It's a banger.
Didn't sound like it.
Well, listen, nothing sounds like a banger when I sing it, but it is a banger.
Oh,
Surprised you don't know it either. It's an old song.
of course, here we go. Mate, if we have to interview Angel, we're going to be outnumbered again.
It's by the Foundations.
Yeah, no.
Not
I'm
your
not
time.
cultured enough, Mitch. I'm just not cultured
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like your family would have played different music at like birthday parties and stuff than mine. That's what we went for.
Quite a bit different, I'm sure. Quite a bit different. Oh, okay. Shao would have seen Screams up close and personal, but Angel still can't deal with him. Oh, the timing on the ult. Zyppan's there as well, ready and waiting. But so much committed here from FPX and it's not worked out. Link again. He's coming out huge with the operator in hand. Shao looking to find someone. Instantly deals away with the flash. Not going to allow Scream to maneuver from this one. Kryptix hoping someone might push him, but those shock darts are doing some keen damage. They're stuck in lamps for now. Spike finally about to go down. No kills for the Cypher ult even to be put into play, and Shao's only getting one kill out of this. Scream is just invulnerable and living the dream, but this is not going to be great for him. Soulcas swings, Scream finishes him off, and once again, Liquid get a 7-5 first half. A repeat for what we saw on the opening map of Ascent.
It wasn't enough for them over there, though, and now they come onto the attacking side, where we've seen them struggle before, where we've seen them really falter, and Banks, with this composition, it's definitely not set up to be an easy half, but will they have what it takes to bring it across the line? Well, let's find out in half number 2 right after this break.
And Link, like you mentioned, Mitch, he was a beast on that operator. And you know what, Mitch, as well? You're singing. Okay, it was pretty bad, but I do know what that song is. You kind of linked it to me. I finally worked out what it is. It is a bit of a classic. Yeah, even I do know that one.
I was
Everyone
wondering.
straight after was like, why do you not know this?
Yeah, I'm glad everyone else got it. It was just you. It's just you.
Yeah. You know, I'm old, I'm deaf as well, can't hear as much. And don't sing it, Mitch. Yeah, don't sing it, Mitch, see?
That Shao's little jumps were actually really nice. We saw them yesterday, so he's one of the few players I see consistently peaking like that and hasn't been punished yet. It's a little like goes forward and then dodges back in the air. I love it. He's a big man for cardio. He's always jumping. Look, spotting over towards Bath as well. I'd be tired already, I'll be honest.
And the Scream's got the stamina for it, that's for sure. Sneaky Shadow with that shorty in hand, looking for Liquid to push on in. And Liquid, at least they're staying in the back lines for now. There's not much information that FBX can grab from this. I'm expecting a extremely explosive attack coming out from Liquid on this one. Shao doing his jump spot again, wants to try and peek him out.
I'm surprised they're going for that
to
smoke.
delay it.
Usually they go
you
for the
are.
one-way smoke. Up on top of the box, they can see the feet.
Yep.
But they're avoiding it now, just going down below instead.
Oh.
What is that from soulcas?
Oh, Shao, how'd you get away with that as well? He throws it out. He still manages to put one down. But Liquid, they're in charge for this round, and Zyppan has been put incredibly low. He needs the backup of his teammates, and he needs it fast. At FPX, they've conceded the site. And Liquid stand at a great spot for this one. soulcas has just been on point today.
Yeah, he's been firing on all cylinders, that's for sure. Been really fun to watch in the Phoenix. But we need a little bit more now from FunPlus Phoenix to get back into this one. Kryptix able to shut down one, swinging for more, keeping them back. That aftershock delaying perfectly and allowing them the opportunities, but the hold on. They're coming back to FBX. Low HP on both of the remaining players. Scream and Eccles hit both their shots though, so it is no cause for concern. 8-5 as they pick up the pistol and maintain that lead.
You can see FPX started to change it up a bit, preempting that push that would come in from Liquid, but they just came straight out in there. Angel, he was so unlucky. The way he died from the very beginning was just unfortunate. soulcas manages to tag him up and then just finished him off through the box.
Yeah, I really didn't expect him to be walking away with that kill, I'll be honest, but soulcas has been on fire. 17 kills.
Yeah.
Like, you look down towards the FBX side, it is a very tight-knit ship, right? Everybody's roughly in the same regard. Okay, this is something that we even heard Link talk about in Kryptix, I think it was. about how just every round they smoke off long, they take the ult orb. They take such an aggressive approach to that part of the map, and that's what I love about, watching FPX play, that they don't just allow in a round like this, they don't allow you control over those ult orbs.
Yeah, they don't want you getting any extra points up on there. But Liquid won't allow FPX anything in this round so far. Everyone's been pushing out. Everyone's been going down. Shadow's finally able to find one. He might not be able to pick up the weapon just yet. He's going on the hunt and doing so much damage to Scream. Nicely done. Now he has the Spectre. He's going to have Shao with him on the Marshal, but Shao needs to hit some incredible shots. Straight onto the Bucky, expecting the person to get up close and personal. soulcas is going to back away from that. He might have a good idea that that's what's going on. They're going to try and push together. Nice bit of damage done, but Link's finishing them off with the pistol, whipping them down. And they're not going to make the same mistakes that FPX did, picking up the pistol and falling straight after. Liquid stands strong, and they're well in the lead right now at 9-5. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, the fact that he got that kill, the fact that FPX got all the kills they did is a massive positive, and they almost walked away with a little bit more as well. The issue is, though, now having invested as much as they did, it's not going to be an easy round. They're coming in with just pistols, I believe. Obviously, we see phantoms above their head, but that is usually a glitch. Oh, no, they've got it. They actually saved over enough money. That's a misread by me. So, solid stuff. Yeah, okay. I'm with it. Thought we were seeing like
Being baited out by the bug.
Yeah. But like Liquid have really turned it around from the previous map where, yeah, they were 7-5 at the half, but you remember then they just lost all the rounds. They lost the pistol, they forced bot and lost that one.
No.
Now they've got a nice, comfortable lead, and in this round as well, things are going their way, at least at the start.
Spam coming in from Angel. No one's pushed out into him yet. Scream straight onto Shao. You watch him disappear. You can't do anything about it either. You've just got to watch and wait. Scream will take a new angle here, and if Shadow pokes into it, it could be over for him. Angel's looking to try and do some more damage, but he doesn't expect Eccles to be taking that position. He just turns away, and Shadow, well, he dunks onto Scream, but now he's all alone. The rest of his team has fallen. He's in a 1v2. He's got good health to try and do it with. Goes in for the tap. Expects it. Straight onto one. He's trying to clutch it out. This could be huge from him. He's looking to get it halfway. Going straight in for the challenge, but Eccles is ready for it. And Liquid managed to make it happen. Try as he might, Shadow can't get it done.
Really nice attempt, though. I mean, that was gorgeous to not even stick it halfway. That first time just tanking the flash, turning away, and easily getting the kill. I really thought he had it. Oh, he's not happy about that one. But it was so close to being a massive play. I think he can, again, it's this position where like Shadow almost clutches it out, but he did more than you'd expect from him in those kind of situations. It's more the early round that they're falling apart, and that's what they should be getting a little bit agitated about.
There's a few of these swing rounds that make this game a bit closer than what the scoreline currently shows. But if you're a Liquid fan, remember, this is the elimination map for them. They're already down 1-0. It's 13-11 last map on Ascent. With Shao falling already, Liquid are looking to gain one step closer. Shadow wanted to be sneaky, but soulcas well aware of what's going on. And everyone from FPX is just pushing one by one, and they're all meeting the same fate. No big damage being done with the pistols. And this is where it starts to get very scary for FPX. They can start mounting a comeback, but they're running out of very little wiggle room on rounds that they can drop.
Yeah, absolutely. It is all about that. Okay, is it possible for them to come back? Yes, it absolutely is. Is it likely when they go down 11-5? No, it's not. It doesn't matter about the comp of Liquid at that point. With the amount of individual skill we've already seen, it has been overflowing for them. This is looking solid as can be. Angel with a beautiful little shot to Link, but he's going to need a whole lot more than that to get back into this one. Liquid coming in with no flashes on a map that we gave the caveat that you really kind of need them. But at this stage, we haven't even gotten to the point where they're essential. By the time the buy rounds come out, it might just be a very one-sided scoreline. Wow.
Oh! What? How did he even get Eccles there? Meddo looking to try and finish it off now. He's on to Scream, and it's going to happen. How on earth did they get away with that? Angel is an absolute beast, and Meddo comes in to save the day. That was just guaranteed Liquid's round, and they made just errors on the positioning. I guess they didn't expect FPX to be pushing. They probably just thought they'd fade away. Oh, that shot onto Eccles that Angel got. What? I want to see that again and again and again.
I'm going to be honest, Banks. You reacted to that shot, and then I was like, wait, what happened? And I looked up and like, wait, he killed him? How? No, it's not allowed. It's not possible. 10-6. This is doable. Especially with the momentum they've just picked up. You almost win a couple of clutches. The pistol was close. Shadow's 1v1 in the end was damn close. And literally a millimeter away from a headshot on that one to close out the round. And then right here, look, oh my God.
Like I thought he was dead. I just looked up and was like, whoa, what? Like, how? Oh.
How is he? Sorry, the man that David P said, "You're an old man. Why are you still opping?" That reaction time was faster than anything I've ever seen David P or anyone on G2 do. That was disgusting.
Sheriff shots, confident placement. Angel making the magic happen, followed up by Meddo. And that's a huge save, right? Because you've now got the buffer of 2 rounds to try and mount this comeback in. You've just picked up a round where you were pretty much saving anyway with only the Sheriff in. Now you've got a big buy round coming into play. And they know Angel might try and go for this ult orb. But I believe, yeah, he's got his ult up anyway, so he doesn't actually need to. It's Shao that's going to benefit from it. He's straight in. The Hunter's Fury's there, but that bullet, that went straight past him. Nearly kneecapped him. Might be limping for the rest of the round.
Yeah, lost the ability to
nice
run.
Shock dart as well from Shao there. Right deep to get Eccles. He couldn't even fade away from it.
The battles on middle have been interesting. We've seen early aftershocks. We've seen the shock darts come down. It's all shocks, isn't it? It's all about shocks. Certainly on the middle area, that's all it is. You go through the peak and all of a sudden you're surprised. You're getting a shock. So 10-6, a position for Team Liquid. They need to win this round. They want to. They're pushing B again. We said this is going to be the bread and butter of a site of a team versus a full buy when you just don't have anything to work with in terms of smokes. That was close to being a nice early kill. Meddo straight through the smoke, but a great flash return. soulcas has just saved his team.
And soulcas the whole time is just wondering what's going on. He's now going to try and push it, and the Killjoy ult's been activated as well. soulcas trying to make it work. Lynx popped his ult at the same time. soulcas still getting away with the kill as well. Shao's Hunter's Fury, less than ideal for him. And Link, this could be huge. He's going to be needed. He's going to have to come up. Oh no, that's not the one you want to be doing it on. They're ready and waiting for him to move out of position now. So much committed from both sides in that one.
In this instance, you see Lockdown basically used to try and bridge the gap of no smokes. The whole point that Angel made about this composition was that you just cannot keep them out of the sight for long whenever you don't have smokes, because they're simply just going to walk right. Like, okay, you nade it with a raise, or you jet smoke it. Okay, yeah, let's just count to 5, and then we'll walk back in. But in this instance, they put down the lockdown to try and deny that. So these players are forced back to allow them the space to set up for the post plants. The problem is, once you have Hunter's Fury still online, and we saw this just the other day when it was kind of debuted as a counter for lockdown, you can just straight target lockdown. And maybe you'll think, well, what if it's elevated? Or what? You can just mark it on the map. You can aim exactly at it, whack it once. And the benefit of that even further, Banks, is there's probably a player there because someone had to plant it. So you can at least destroy it and then maybe get a tag along the way.
I love that we're seeing the switch up though, right? Oh, nicely done by Link to do some good damage. The rest of his team pushing through, but Meddo, he's going to fall back on it. Shao, just in the nick of time as the first shot's fired off, and he's going to take 2 for his cause. It's only against pistols, but this is exactly what FPX needed, the cleaner of rounds to come out of him. 4 still alive, and I'm really liking the fact we're seeing Meddo switch it up. Sometimes at A, sometimes at B. He's making sure he's keeping a good eye on everything that's going on around him.
This has
been as less predictable as possible.
Quite literal, just a Hail Mary. They threw it, and somehow they've landed the touchdown after Angel came through with that gorgeous 3K with the Sheriff. That brought them right back into this game. They were going to be on a full buy in the next one anyways, but the fact that it's obviously forced out that previous round eco from Liquid a round earlier than it would have been, and that they've stopped Liquid from hitting 11. I think that's honestly, it's a mental block. When you get shut down like that, and now you're coming into a position where you're still quite a bit away from that victory, You're not 1 away from an overtime, 2 away from a win, but instead it's a couple rounds chained together that you need to get there. And that is going to cause some problems with how close FPX are. This round is what stands between FPX and double digits. It'll be an eco coming out from Liquid if they lose this one. And so FPX could be right back up in even territory.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Good molly put down, but that's all Angel's going to be able to do for this round. Kryptix burns, but he still walks away with a kill. From the grave, Angel's able to find it. And for now, they've halted the aggression of Liquid. Zyppan, ready and waiting, wants to try and land the shot with the spike on the floor. Liquid have no choice. They can't back away from this one just yet. Link's going to try and maybe challenge for it now. At least he's going to have the opening scope for it. Scream's pushing on forward. The spike's been picked up, and that's exactly what they needed here. It's all going to come down to this shot and this duel as Liquid, they slowly work their way in, expecting players to push out, but nothing's happening just yet. Meddo's not rotated either, and that's a key factor here, because they know Liquid can still go anywhere. The teleporters can make for a quick change-up. But Scream now puts the spike down. 20 seconds to go. Meddo will start to make his way across. Zyppan baits out the shot from Link. He is now well aware of what's going on. That nade's going to go out. It's going to work out perfectly. Link still gets it, but the nade finishes him off. So it's still the 2v2. Eccles and Scream in a great position here, playing around lamps for now. Shadow, oh, he upgrades, huge. Or downgrades, depending on how you look at it, but it's a better weapon for this fight. Good information for Shadow to play off of here. Are they going to check the corners? Straight onto Scream. They soften him up. They tag him up. The flash goes out. Meddo and Shadow, they save the day. They grab the round. It may be just one alive. And hopefully Shadow can go back and grab that operator. But that was oh so close. The fact that Link even still manages to get that shot on Zyppan after that nade. Oh.
Filthy, filthy, absolutely filthy. That made me lose it. That nade was so... hold on.
Boom.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This guy's so good. But then... So what was also interesting to me was basically when you come into this game without smokes, you need to figure out other ways to enter into sites, and more importantly, to pull offers off angles. They realized Zyppan was just holding them when there were 3 players in Bath, and so Shadow, he just, or not Shadow, excuse me, Eccles, just went for the fault line straight in towards the window. That pushed Zyppan back, but the patience on Zyppan to actually hold in. He stood there for 25, 30 seconds, didn't even peek out. He was nice and passive, waiting for something to happen. Here's the spike being planted. He baits it out again with that little jump peek so that the shot is fired. That opens up the potential for the nade, which obviously ultimately got him the kill. Really gorgeous work by Zyppan to be that patient. And he must feel a little bit robbed with how he was slapped by that peek by Link. That was just gorgeous. But all in all, a really good retake by FPX. They didn't burn up their flashes early, which is something I was almost, in my head, I was thinking Shadow should just flash so Zyppan can peek, but they didn't want to take the risk. And in the end, still having that flash for the retake in the 2v2 was what won them the round.
This hit on B. Killjoy going down. If Angel wants to use his ult as well, that could be a huge deterrent here, and that's exactly what he does. He puts it down, and he pokes out in the middle of it all. He knows he was going to be detained. The rest of his team can back away, but actually Meddo's still hanging about. He's done a nice bit of damage. He's not done yet, but Scream finds it. He manages to make it work and can heal himself up. It's Eccles who's been tagged up a little bit, though. Shao looking to try and find his way in, but he's going to be oh so cautious from here. A quick flick, and he makes it work. He's now pushed into the site as well, making plenty of noise as Zyppan catches Kryptix. It's all up to Scream. How much can he get done? He keeps healing himself up, and if he can take the duels 1v1, it might be potential, but look at the time with that spike being down. He needs to go for it now, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's pushing on forward. He's spraying around, but look, one player's just backed away. Zyppan finish him. It's no problem at all. And FPX, they will not allow Liquid to get away with it.
Great use of orbital strike there as well. So that was used to just counter lockdown and simultaneously push those players forward. Really smart. And with that, you can see Liquid are feeling deflated. They've just been torn apart by something that I'm not even going to call that one due to smokes. And that was straight up aim duels going the way of FPX from start to finish. Angel even getting one. The fact that he destroyed lockdown allowed Meddo to get a lot more done. And even then, he didn't deliver. But his teammates were there to come back in and just slap them around. So I really like Zyppan's idea in that round, which was to move quite slowly towards the site from spawn. And the reason he did that was he didn't want to make too much noise. He saw the player actually flick over, I think it was Scream, flick to the left, because he heard the other teammate who was making a lot of noise, stampeding over like an elephant, in which case then Zyppan could just completely catch him off guard.
Full focus from Liquid on lamps for this round. The shock dart's going out. Now for Liquid, you've got lamps control. You're trying to try and push on this. A big battle coming out here. The knives being used as well. It's actually gone in favor for now of them. But you've got to be careful near the teleporter. Zyppan hanging around too long. And they're going to back away to B. Angel already on the... Or Shadow, sorry, already on the flank. Straight onto Scream. Can he get another? Trying to tag him up as well. Shadow locking it down. Operator in hand. He's looking to save the day. 2 versus 2 and both the Liquid players are low. The Link with a Judge. That can be scary. But not at that range. Doesn't manage to fire off the shots. And for Kryptix. Spectre and a Ghost in hand. Got the spike. Meddo can hear it, but he can just wait for his teammate. They can play it together. They can play it smart.
I wonder where this nanoswarm's going to go. 1 versus 2, 10-10. This is definitely the time to use up your utility. But it looks like he just wants the straight up aim duel. Here's the steps. 1 player out. 2nd as well. Making their way towards this side. He's going to try to get up behind them in through lamps. This might just work out. Oh no, he's just tucking around the back of APC. They've cleared out mid. They realize he's not here. Time is quite low though. He could get this nanoswarm down potentially. How does he want to handle this? The straight swing over towards that diffuser. He's got the kill. Nanoswarm down. Now he activates it. That could be the round. Done and dusted. Shadow, has he got an angle to get around that? He's going to just tank the end of it, but it's not enough time. What a clutch 1 out. And we see perfect usage. Waiting in to use the nanoswarm as well is what ultimately gets Liquid that round.
Smart plays. The big brain paying off. And Liquid, they get themselves 1 step closer. Think of all the work that Shadow did in that round. Liquid thought they could escape and get to B, but it wasn't going to work out for them.
Oh, I mean, you just take a look at Scream there. He's not immensely happy. There's a little bit of a smile, but for winning the round, I expect a little bit more.
He'll be happy with the map win, or at least the series win. That's what we're going to see him crack one.
But I think this is I think they're realizing over on the Liquid side again, they got away with murder. That round was huge. It was massive for them to actually be able to find that. But the reality is, in general, you're not going to be able to see Liquid repeat those kind of rounds. The early rounds have gone towards FPX pretty consistently, and so we need to see it clock up. We need to see something change for Liquid, because in these full buy rounds, the success just has not been there.
And that's a massive problem for him. Oh, Shao getting a very small bit of info there. And actually, maybe an over a rotation coming out. Technically, it's the right call for now, but if Eccles is able to see this, might be something that Liquid can play off of. Zyppan, poised and ready with the operator, looking towards bathroom, waiting for him to push on out. Oh, easy. 2 operators there waiting for him. And the ult's coming out as well. Nicely done. More damage, more kills going the way of FPX. Zyppan just pops the ult as soon as he's got the opportunity for it. He may not find the kill with it, but Liquid are massively on the back foot now.
Looks like he's got 2 primary weapons, because that was overkill. Just coming in with the showstopper. My God. But look, it might have secured them the round in a different environment, but what is going to secure them this round is the time. The clock that is ever in FPX's favor on the defensive side. As it comes to a close, we will see 11-11 on the scoreboard as Team Liquid save over a lot of their weapons. Angel, hello. He wanted to change over towards the Vandal, and instead he's lost his weapon. That is interesting.
The face says it all there, that like breathe out like...
Yeah. Well, in fairness, when you see they're saving, you're not going to imagine that they are where they were. Like, why is he so aggressively saving? You know, I really want this weapon in the next round, but I also want to kill you. Like,
oh, it's so close, Mitch. Liquid are giving it their all. And this is on Bind, which is FPX has been oh so dominant on for quite some time. Some of the rounds that have been won and lost by either side as well. Closer than close. And how much can this double operator setup continue to pay off for him? FPX pretty much relying on it at this stage. Oh, the timing. Shadow's not going to have the information about it just yet, and he goes down to the hands of Link. He's been so solid with the operator. He's continuing to deliver. Now he will be smoked off as Angel wants to reposition, but that's a miss that they couldn't afford to make. He's onto the Vandal. But Meddo's trying to even up the numbers. He's going to back away for now. The Hellfire's already down. Oh, it's tapping him up. Soulcas is the one finished off. Kryptix has escaped. He's trying to get himself pushed into elbow. But Meddo's holding the angle. The nade's coming out as well. But luckily for Liquid, they've escaped. They've not put themselves into the site just yet. Angel swinging on to Scream, and you never want to try and do that. But he can't heal himself up. He has to go invulnerable. The Killjoy ult's coming in, but it may not work out. Meddo's just continuing to do more damage. Scream's giving away his position. The ult's been destroyed, and the Cypher ult's going to massively help him in this. But Scream, he still lands the headshot. This is what you've got to be oh so careful of. Link's alive as well, and he's continuing to deliver it, but now it's Shao versus Scream. Not the time that Scream really has here. Has to bait out the spike plant. Shao onto it, and he plays it oh so well. The young man steps up against Scream, who continues to give it his all, but it's just not working out. And 1 point is all that separates FPX from marching on forward to face G2 again in the final and eliminating Liquid. But also, that's all Liquid need to try and force us to overtime, and Zyppan is so happy with that previous round.
This should never have happened, Banks. Really, this all comes back to Liquid over-peaking all day long versus those Sheriffs and giving FPX that opening right back into the game. If they don't make that mistake, if they don't get cocky in that instance, they maybe they don't have the game won yet, but they don't have the game lost, and we're very close to that. 12-11. FPX have gotten a lifeline like I've never seen before. And as we come into this one, oh no, Angels just dominated soulcas to open it, and we don't even have ults to try and pull this back for Liquid.
Could be all on Scream, trying to pop it and make it work. Link with a judge. He's been incredible for this team across the entire series. He's taken a few shots in the dark, but they're not going to connect. And now he's got the flames at his feet. He's taken further damage. Angel, you got to be careful, buddy. You know better than that. Link took full advantage of it, and now he's upgraded his weapon as well. Mistakes are being made left, right, and center here, Mitch.
This is potentially the final round. It all comes down to how this plays out on the side itself. They have the Rolling Thunder still for the retake, so there's no need to panic just yet. That spike plant given over, but lockdown is far and away from being found in this running. So the ultimate doesn't really matter on the back of it. It's just time that switches in their favor. Shao, he needs to win this fight, but Eccles gets the superior peek, and we're back to a 3v3.
Eccles playing it smart, goes in to find the rotates. Position maybe no, now an FBX. They get it done. They managed to take down Liquid once again, and Liquid tried as they might. So many opportunities for them to be ahead in this game. At one point they were, but FBX, they never gave up. They never backed down.